Back in the saddle, Joe.
Yeah, there we are.
You and I having pleasant conversations as we get the show started on Manjaro. People on Ozempic and all that stuff. I'll be honest, man. I got back on it.
You got back on?
Yeah, I had one experience with it that kind of sucked because the dosage I took was too high.
Messed you up.
Messed me up. Went back, saw the doctor. The doctor said, you probably should be back on it.
Yeah.
Just low dose it. And dude, I've been doing it for the last 2-3 weeks. Low dose.
Better.
It's perfect, dude. Perfect for me anyway.
Yeah.
And man, it's just light. And it's weird because like you do not want certain foods. Like French fries, papas, and all that stuff. It just greasy. It just turns me off. It's a weird sensation.
You're giving your shots in your panza or what?
Yeah, Chica undercuts me, man. Under panza.
You're giving yourself. You're shooting up like a junkie, bro.
Oh, I know, baby. Tie up the elbow and everything, dude.
Give me the good stuff. Breaking Bad, bro. It's time to cook.
About. But like yesterday, I went to Chick-fil-A, got myself a chicken sandwich, no fries.
Yeah. Hey, at least as long as you're not making yourself throw up, you're good.
No, man. I highly recommend it, man. I'm not a doctor, but I do play one on TV every once in a while.
No, okay.
And no, it's been a good experience for me, dude. I'm down a significant amount of weight.
That's good.
And then, now with that high blood pressure medication, look at me taking care of myself, Joe. When are we going to see Flaco Jimenez? Do I have to stand up?
God.
Panza's gone, dude. Like 40% of my panza's gone. I'm from a double XL to a single XL. That's a big deal.
You don't have the panza, so tienen un chance.
Area 210, where the dreams don't fade. From the river walk nights to the Alamo shade. We rise together through the highs and the lows. Area 210, oh, it's the life that we chose.
We're rising together on a Thursday morning, which happens to be the day of the deadline, baby. Trade deadline in the NBA is today at 2 p.m. Central. We'll find out what happens to Jeremy Sochan as of now. A Spur, the human highlighter, was on display yesterday, on the bench yesterday at the Spurs Oklahoma City game, which I don't really want to get into, Joe. I'm going to be honest with you. Imagine spending hard-earned money to go watch a nationally televised game on ESPN, staying up late for an 8:30 tip-off, and having no SGA there, no Hartenstein, no Jalen Williams, no Chet Holmgren. Nobody showed up. This reminded me of the time that Popovich went out there on national TV and rested Tim, Tony, and Manu.
Yeah.
That's basically what they did. They rolled over, and as you like to say, Joe, they showed their belly, right?
They showed their bellies.
But we'll be talking about the trade deadline, and Sochan's still on the team for a reason. It could be because nobody wants him. I mean, that's a very good possibility. But before we get into that, we kind of had our 2-minute spiel there about Manjaro.
Oh, yeah. You know what's funny? I can see you as the spokesperson. You know how they play the little jingle for Ozempic?
Yeah.
Oh, Ozempic, and here comes Mike. You're going to be walking hand in hand with Chica.
I had no idea what it was, man. I had no idea what it was, but I took because there's Zepbound, there's Ozempic, there's Manjaro and all that stuff. I've been taking Manjaro for the past 2 weeks, right? 2 or 3 weeks or so. And I've been on this blood pressure medication. I've been on water pill and all that stuff. Joe, it flushed me out, man. Now I got to go work out. I got to go get a run in to thin out the face. But Panza, I'm not saying that it's all gone, Joe, but from double XL, polo shirt to single XL, from, getting down and losing some size on the belt, I'm going to keep doing it. I feel like $1 million.
We got to play the song for you. Getting stronger. You're gonna do the Rocky thing. You're gonna be in the backyard with the dogs with the stick.
Yeah,
working out with the bag of rocks and stuff.
Because what I hate, Joe, are the people who are like just portion size it. Just do. All you need to have is willpower, dude. If that's all it took, there wouldn't be so many fat people in San Antonio, man. If all it took was willpower, that's what. And I told people, it's like saying, it's like going to San Antonio is basically just food central, right?
Yeah.
It is what it is. There's a lot of great restaurants in San Antonio, high end restaurants and low end restaurants. Some of the best taquerias, hole in the wall restaurants are amazing, right? So I'm not saying that as a diss, but what I'm saying is that when you are tempted by the smells and the sights of food.
And the fast food on the side of the road.
Yeah, you're gonna, and they just prominently display a big old Bill Miller's thing just rotating. Right, you go to other cities, they don't allow that. Other cities do not allow Bill Millers to do that.
They don't do that in Florida.
They don't do it in Florida. They don't do it in North Carolina. They don't do it any other place other than Texas. It's like revolving thing going, come over here for barbecue, right? But it's funny because it's like saying go into a casino and say don't play any games. Why don't you have willpower to don't play any games?
Yeah.
Why you go to a restaurant? Why don't you have no willpower to not have any food? The only thing I would say about is this, man. I feel like $1 million freaking bucks. Okay, this must be what it's like to be on cocaine. I've never had coke in my entire life, but I'll say this: I wake up wired.
You would have lost more weight with the cocaine?
What's that?
I said you would have lost more weight with the cocaine?
Probably, man. I would have ran, right?
You'd have been like Michael Irvin. You need a towel every time you talk. You'd be sweating.
Right. And Mario Cavazos saying it's mind over matter, bro. I mean, for 1 out of 100 people that have the ability to do so. But dude, all it does is it slows down the digestion of your food so that you're not always hungry, right? And people eat for a variety of different reasons. Sometimes it's because they're bored. Sometimes because it's the dopamine of it all. Food is a drug, Joe. You know what the number one drug in the country is? It's not crack. It's not marijuana. The number one drug is actually food and what they put in it, right?
Yeah.
So it's so funny. You know, I go on Buongiorno, right? And it just basically tells me that I don't want fried foods. Like if you put a plate of enchiladas in front of me, I'd say get this crap away from me because grease, it just alters your mind. It's so funny.
You know what I just thought of? Look at Mario Cavazos. I love me some cocaine. You have some? You want a bump? You know what? You know how they had that movie years ago, Cocaine Bear.
Oh yeah.
Cocaine Mike. You're trying to lose weight. If they could put you on the bear that's attacking people.
I'm not gonna say that I'm skinny, right? But I will say significant amount of panza's gone. Right? Now all I gotta do is get back into running, get back into referee shape. And then I'll fit
Man, your refereeing days are done, dude. Like, no, don't do that to yourself no more.
You know, Chica was against it for a while, but I asked her the other day, and she goes, "You know what? Maybe it wouldn't be that bad of a deal if you lose 20 pounds.
Yeah, man.
Get back on it. Get back on those half marathon days. Get amped up about it, Joe. Dude, I wake up wired. I woke up at 6:15 the other day.
No, you wake up with two things in the morning:
a hard on and a desire to make more money." God, I loved it when I said it that first time.
Oh God, dude.
Someone says number one drug is sugar, but sugar is in what? It's in food.
They're saying Joey's in front of you. Does his story check out? Guess so. Yeah, he's looking a little slimmer. You're gonna slim down. You're gonna be the skinny Jimenez, and you'll be like that Frank Thomas commercial. She'll thank you too.
Thank you too. The women will love it too. I am down from my highest point. The most I ever weighed was back in COVID times, right? 2023-ish, 22.
Yeah.
That was the highest I ever weighed. I am 24 pounds removed from that.
Nice.
So I'm not saying I lost 24 pounds overnight, but I'm saying the bouncing ball, the up and down, up and down, up and down. I'm still 24 pounds lighter than what I was, but I am 6 pounds heavier than I was back in 2024.
If you lose the 20 pounds, I fully expect you to walk in the show like this.
Nice. Too ethnic though.
Like Oscar de la Hoya, full on mariachi, con el sombrero.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. That'll be it.
Right.
And your walkout song will be a gasolina.
Nice. Yeah, so people are saying Coke Zero and all that stuff. Dude, we talk about moderation. You know, it's like, okay, I have a soda a day. All right. It's not having 6. It's having just 1, right? No one's going to just simply drink water all day long, right? And there'll be days when you go out there and get a drink or whatever the case may be. But it's funny how, like, I don't overeat anymore. That's all it's doing is making sure that I don't overeat. That's
Man, you're going to lose all the weight. The only thing that's missing is some cologne. You know, when Chica comes home, we're going to put on the Sex Panther.
Oh, nice. 60% of the time, it works every time.
From Anchorman?
Yeah. Paul Rudd's character is great.
Be laying out there on the sofa with nothing on.
Yes.
Hey.
I'll be like Kate Winslet's character in Titanic. I'll put an easel out there so she can draw me in canvas.
That's an image I don't need, Mike. Cochino Mike in the morning talking about your Mongiorno.
She'll enjoy it too. Hey, okay, so the trade deadline is today at 2 p.m. We're going to find out what's going to happen to Jeremy Sochan. Jeremy Sochan, that passive aggressive highlighter. I'm tired of him. I'm done with him, dude. I've been done with him since he's got drafted by the Spurs, right? But the idea that we picked a player at the number 9 spot in the 2022 draft in the lottery that nobody wants.
Yeah.
Think about that. Nobody wants him. Nobody wants him as of yet. In fact, there are teams that say, yeah, we'll take him, but you got to give us draft picks to take him off your hands.
You got to pay us to take him.
That is where we are right now as Spurs fans. That's how bad of a pick it was.
You know what the other teams are doing? When you give away a dog, what do you say? The dog's free, but there's a rehoming fee.
Exactly.
They're charging the Spurs a rehoming fee for Sochan.
Dude, think about that,
God.
Joe. The number 9 pick of the draft. Okay? Kind of like that movie, The Naked Gun. Is this some kind of bust? Yes, it is a bust. Okay? Jeremy Sochan is widely regarded in the NBA as basura.
No.
And we are now 4 hours away from the deadline, less than 4 hours away from the deadline. And he has yet to be picked up. And Kelly Olynyk is there. I would say this, Kelly Olynyk is probably the bigger draw for people right now. Like for people who want to pick up a player for the future.
What's he owed? Isn't he owed like 13 mil, something like that this year?
Well, the rest of his contract for this year.
Right?
Right.
13 mil. So they go ahead and package him in with somebody. I mean, that could go ahead and cover the salary of the match. You
Right.
know? Yeah.
So the Spurs might have to buy him out, right? And the Spurs buy him out. There's going to be less money to spend down the way when it comes to the waiver wire because players are going to be dropped. There are some people who are like, oh, just go ahead and get Bobby Portis. Send picks to go get Bobby Portis, which would be amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
If that was to happen. Sochan, he's going to be picked up by somebody. Somebody's going to look at that and go, okay, we're buying low, hopefully eventually sell high. And they're going to get enamored by something again. They're going to go like, well, he was drafted number 9 overall just 3 years ago for a reason.
Yeah.
But the idea that the Spurs couldn't get anything decent for him as of yet is pretty telling.
Well, you probably just saw the last of Jeremy Sochan here. They have him here shoot around.
Yeah, he had to put up a couple more bricks. Look, brick.
City.
Brick. That wasn't him. That's him right there. Looking like a highlighter. Not like a highlight reel, like a highlighter. Hoisted up the final bricks as a Spur. I mean, that right there is in itself. And you can tell in the body language there that he's not feeling it.
Yeah, no.
We're seeing all these other teams do stuff. It's like that meme, with poking them with a stick. Do something, right? And it's sad that the Spurs have yet to do anything to improve the team, even though the Spurs are, in fact, the number 2 seed in the Western Conference with the 3rd best record in the NBA. And you see Oklahoma City going out there and making moves. You see the Detroit Pistons go out there and get Kevin Huerter, who, although he's having a bad shooting year this year, for his career has been a dead-eye 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
That move that we saw yesterday with the Oklahoma City Thunder picking up a player, I don't think people realize how big of a deal that was.
Oh, and did you see what happened too? Spurs fans, I remember back in the day, were so upset. Like our good friend of the show here, RJ Marquez, had posted out yesterday. He remembers when Spurs fans were upset when they traded Robert Dillingham.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
Dilly
They had
Dilly.
number 8 pick of that draft.
And now what happened with them? Minnesota said, "Get gone.
Get your shine box.
Get the shine box and let him go." Apparently, he just didn't work out. And I remember when Spurs fans were so
too
upset.
small. He's too small. I mean, he's just too small. The Sixers dealt Jared McCain to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Jared McCain, before he was hurt last year, probably would have been Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Stephon Castle won Rookie of the Year. But McCain was the one the first 2 months out of the year who was actually in the pole position for it all. And you see them get a good young player and use some of their war chest to make that happen. The Kevin Werder trade, Washington Wizards making moves. Everyone seems to be making moves. And I know the Spurs did last year. The Spurs got De'Aaron Fox, so it's not like the Spurs have not done anything in the past couple of years. But this year, we're happy to be the second seed in the West.
And what do we need? We need somebody who can shoot a three.
We need somebody who can shoot a three and someone who can play backup big behind Luke Cornett. That's what we need. I know a lot of people are asking the question like, well, why are we looking at bigs? Because Luke Cornett is always injury prone. He just hasn't gotten hurt this year.
Well, not only that, but the Spurs could use some size, especially if you're going to be going into the playoffs and you need somebody out there to get a rebound, maybe get a stop here and there. I mean, they have a small team. They have a small lineup with the guards that they put out there.
Right.
With the team that has some length and athleticism, they're going to have some trouble. You need a bigger man out there, body.
Yeah, you do. The latest reports, Brian Windhorst out of ESPN reported 14 minutes ago that the Minnesota Timberwolves have said that they are no longer in the Giannis sweepstakes, that they were very aggressive in their pursuit, but it was the asking price was apparently too much and that they've moved on.
Yeah.
They traded 4 second-round picks and Rob Dillingham for Ayo Dosunmu from the Chicago Bulls. And so that's that when it comes to it all. The Bucks are saying that they're not feeling any pressure, that they still have him, and for one more year they can always trade him next year or in the offseason. The Lakers got some help. They traded for Luke Kennard, who's a pretty good shooter from outside. I mean, career best 49% this year from three. So you put him alongside Austin Reeves, LeBron James, and Luka Doncic, and that Lakers team might be a little bit more dangerous than before. Again, we talked about the Bulls getting Rob Dillingham. Dillingham's just too small, man.
Yeah,
he's just too small. Jonathan Kuminga packing it up.
Yeah. You know what we're going to talk about later on in the show, Mike? The Texas Longhorns went ahead and just released some pictures of their new baseball facilities.
You gonna compare that to UTSA?
Mike, bro, what are we doing, man?
We don't got that UT money, dude.
I'm not saying that they need it, but I mean, we'll talk about it later on in the show because we have some other news that came out too, right? With the coach for the University of Houston had some words to say to the media, so we're going to talk about that as well later on.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the Spurs are concerned, them doing any trades at the trade deadline for Sochan, there's no need to break the bank for him. No need to go ahead and make a bad deal. At this point, if you're not really getting much for him, hey, the market dried up, you just go ahead and stay pat. You keep him. If he wants to go somewhere, you waive him, you eat the money, and let him go and see if he can find a home somewhere else.
What did you think about Golden State getting Porzingis? I mean, I know they were trying to get Giannis.
Yeah.
But they got Porzingis instead. It looks more and more like the arms race is going for Giannis to eventually make his way to Atlanta.
He probably will. Either that or he's going to wind up with another team that's not going to be very good. Because a lot of these teams that aren't very good, what do they have?
Mm-hmm.
They give up a surplus of picks or give up players, half the team for Giannis.
Yeah.
Plus picks or something. It's not going to really hurt them if they're not winning. But the problem is that if Giannis wants to be on a winning team, his hands are tied. I mean, who's going to pick him up? If he wants to go to a contender, they're going to have to go ahead and really gut their team to bring him on. At that point, you're back to square one again.
The dancing bear from the Knicks, Gershon, I always mispronounce his name, Abu Saleh.
Yeah.
Who they had offered reportedly for Jeremy Sohan, but the Spurs didn't want to pick up his second year because he got fat. Has been traded to the Chicago Bulls. So that's one stop there that's not looking good for the Spurs trying to get rid of Sohan.
Yeah.
The Magic traded Tyus Jones to the Hornets. That's the brother of Trey Jones, former Spur. I like the moves that a lot of these teams are making, right? You see Anthony Davis going to team up with Trey Young.
Yeah.
I mean, two brittle and injured stars, former all-stars that they're like all-stars that no one really considers to be all-stars anymore.
Yeah.
Former. But they're putting them together, but they're pairing them with some young talent around them, like
Yeah.
Alex Sarr and Trey Johnson and all these guys. And it's like, okay, well, at least they have a little something going on, because if you're going to rely on Trey Young and Anthony Davis to be your 1 and 1A,
Yeah.
you're not going to win.
No.
But if you say know your role, like, we're not bringing you in here to be the superstar, we're bringing you in here to simply teach the young guys to do what they can do, be like De'Aaron Fox and Harrison Barnes, might actually work. It might actually work. They got a ton of picks, by the way.
You know, it's funny, Mike. We're just talking about Porzingis, right? And they have this. I saw this video just scouring the X. Steph Curry asking for Giannis, and they give him Chris Stops. You've seen this video. These guys cracking up. That's funny, man. I want Giannis. You're getting Chris Stops.
And they're gonna like it.
You know, it's basically the Hill Country Fair of Giannis.
And it's funny how the Mavericks traded Anthony Davis a year, like almost a year to the date that they traded for him in exchange for Luka Doncic.
That should go down as one of the worst trades in
It is.
NBA history.
It is.
Ever.
It might be the worst trade in the history of sports. And all the revisionist history people who are like, but they got Cooper Flagg. No, they didn't get Cooper Flagg in it all.
No.
They had a 1% chance of getting Cooper Flagg, and that 1% chance hit. When you have the 14th spot in the draft, you have a 1% chance of getting it. And it hit. I mean, it's a 1 in 100 chance.
Yeah.
So to say that, oh, well, at least they did this and they got him as part of the Luka, I don't see it that way, Joe.
No, you can't. I mean, but it was, I mean, what was Nico thinking, dude?
Mm-hmm.
Middle of the night, just wake up and be like, you know what? Let's trade him.
And then for him to say, I didn't realize how important he was to the culture and to the city.
God, dude, that's such stupidity. But you know, it gets even worse because, you know, the front office had to go ahead and agree with them. So what does that tell you, Mike? Was it that he was that hated in Dallas that the front office, they didn't really care for the dude?
He was.
They just wanted him gone that bad?
Well, I mean, look at Luka now. You got skinny Luka.
Oh, they got the tea away from him, man. They said, give me the Bill Miller cup.
Yeah, so those you don't remember that, by the way. They asked, like, why is he always out of shape? It's because he's from Slovenia.
He's drinking beer and tea, bro.
He got excited about sweet tea, and his sugar intake was too high.
He was borderline diabetic, Mike.
Yeah. There's a TV show called Superstore.
And dude.
Chica and I always make fun of Glenn because Glenn gets a phone call and he goes, "Hey guys, guess who's no longer pre-diabetic? I'm full-blown diabetic now."
What an idiot.
So you think he's saying that his blood sugar went down, it just got worse.
No, God. No, Superstore is a good show, man. I watched it and I started cracking up because I was rewatching it as of late.
Yeah.
And I got to that episode where the character America Ferreria, right? She was mad at the other Latina that wasn't even Latina that was selling the salsa, the chips, because she was talking with the Mexican accent.
Yeah,
she goes, "That's disgraceful," this and that.
Yeah,
and then at the end of the show, she gets in a fight with her and hurts her ankle. And then her and the other guy that are Mexican, they have the Mexican hat on.
Sombreros, yeah.
Where are you all from? Guadalajara.
Yeah, the show takes place in St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh,
so not a lot of Latinos there, but they out of all the store employees, they chose the one Latina to sell the salsa. and America Ferrera thought that it was her character, Amy.
And she didn't even know any Spanish either. She was just making up the accent.
Yeah. We have this at our fiestas. That's a good show.
It's funny,
show.
Dude.
But whenever I see there's the character Kelly who plays Jonah's ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Whenever we go to the TV aisles or the TV section of like Walmart or Costco or whatever,
yeah.
Whenever they have her selling a TV, she doesn't know what she's talking about. She goes, "It gets all the channels." So every time I see a big TV that's really nice,
get all the channels.
She goes, it's. Chico was like, "Hey, this 85-inch TV is $800." I was like, "Does it have all the channels?"
What was that one girl? The name of the character that was pregnant on the show?
Udina?
I think so. And she had her boyfriend.
Oh no, that's Bo and Cheyenne.
Cheyenne, yeah. So Bo's always trying to write the jingles, and at the end, it's always horrible, and he's all whoop whoop. So dumb, dude.
Great show. It's on.
Yeah.
It's on Hulu, by the way. It's on Hulu. Very, very. Shut up, Sandra. God, we're talking about a show that no one watched, by the way.
Oh, yeah. No, it's funny though.
It's a
man.
great show. You know why? It was on for 6 seasons because the people who ran NBC, that was their favorite show.
Oh,
No
really?
one watched it.
It's funny though because a lot of those actors that were on that show, they wind up coming out in other sitcoms that NBC has now that it's doing quite well. They have one that's a parody like of an ER room. It's a comedy, and I've been watching. I forgot it was Saint something, but it's funny, dude.
You know, I'm glad you brought that up about like things that you watch something and then people blossom from it all.
Yeah.
I was telling Francesca the other day about one of my favorite movies growing up was Swingers. It came out in '96.
Oh yeah. Hey man, the soundtrack is quite good as well.
Yeah,
dude.
it's all big band
Yeah.
music, right? But look at all the people that came out of that low budget movie where they literally carried lamps.
Oh yeah.
Like if you weren't in the scene, you had to carry a lamp or a light, right?
Jon Favreau.
John Favreau, who became, he became a star actor, then was in the Marvel
Yeah, director.
director as well. Vince Vaughn, who had a huge career.
Yeah.
Heather Graham
Yeah.
was in that movie. Ron Livingston, who came out in Sex and the City, Band of Brothers, who Office Space, and then even Don is it Don Lyman, I believe was the director. He ended up having Doug Lyman,
Yeah.
who had a big career. I was thinking Doug Lyman had a big career. So it's funny whenever you see stuff like that. It's kind of like what's that other movie that's based in Austin with Matthew McConaughey?
Which one?
I cannot believe I'm Dazed and Confused.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those types of movies where it's like, oh my god, everybody became famous because of this, man. Vegas, baby, Vegas, as Sam Salinas says. One of my favorite lines in that movie is whenever you go to a bar and you want to leave, just go, man, this place dead anyway.
Did. What was that other name of the guy from Superstore? The black guy in the wheelchair?
Oh my god. I can't
remember his name, but I remember when they came to the store and they were trying to, they were doing an interview
the photograph
for the cover of their
Yeah.
magazine, and he's like, nope, because he didn't want to be that guy, on the cover that is in a wheelchair and then he's a minority. Yeah,
Garrett.
yeah. He's like, nope, that ain't gonna be me. He's hiding from the photographer the whole time.
Did you ever see the ending of the ending of the show?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I like when they play back the interview tapes. Like he secretly recorded all the interviews.
Yeah.
And Garrett's giving like this, oh man, I'm a go-getter. He's like, I give good interviews. What can I say? He's a complete lazy ass, but he's really good in interview processes, man.
Look at Chris Gonzalez says, Joe, you kind of remind me of Garrett. Not in a wheelchair.
Oh, that's funny. Have we figured out who was it that called themselves Mike's Tooth, the missing tooth? Oh, no.
God. I don't know who that was, dude. That was pretty funny. It might have been Jason Garcia, dude, that did that.
Yeah. That's funny, dude. That's funny. We got to give Jason a call, by the way. He reached out to me yesterday because his Seahawks are in the Super Bowl.
The Sea
Super Bowl
Chickens.
60. It's there's not a lot of Seahawks fans out there, so we want to get a minute or two with him on that.
No.
But that's very cool, man. Very cool. Spurs got a win last night against the Oklahoma City Thunder. A lot of Spurs fans complaining about, oh my god, the Spurs almost blew that game. They weren't gonna lose that game, dude.
Bro, they squandered a 22-point lead. OKC brought it all the way down to 4 points. I mean, come on, Mike.
They weren't gonna lose
Mike.
that game.
They almost nearly did. You have all these players for the Spurs that are healthy, right? You have Wemby and Wembeaso up there, the generational talent, I'm told, by the way. And you have a depleted OKC team. I mean, everybody was out. And they still managed to make a run. 22 points down.
It happens,
and they cut it all the way
Joe.
down to 4.
It happens, Joe, because these are
come
NBA players,
on,
and you play
man.
up to the competition. You play down to the competition.
It was an ugly win. It was a win. And I'm sure me and Spurs fans will go ahead and take it. But there's a lot of chinks in the armor, Mike.
No, that's not chinks in the armor because you're not going to get amped up about playing the
They asked
JV
Mitch
squad.
Johnson afterwards, was this a good win or something like that? And he just took a pause and he was like, we have a lot of things to work on. Damn right you do. That's embarrassing. You should have been dominating this team. Blow them out by 30, 40 points, bro. 10. Oh,
That's never going to happen, dude. By the way, I saw a stat yesterday that I found to be interesting because Keldon Johnson, according to the Vegas odds, has the second best chances of winning Sixth Man of the Year. He made 4 3-pointers last night. What did they have, like 25 points last night?
yeah.
Did you know that his 3-point shooting for the season? Okay, what do you think it is, Joe? Because a superstar status is 40%, right?
Yeah.
39.4%. He's shooting the best 3-point accuracy. Now, I know Jordan McLaughlin is at 40%, but Jordan McLaughlin's only shot like, 20 attempts, right?
Yeah.
But for the volume shooters out there, Keldon Johnson shooting 39.4% from 3, and he's shooting more than 3 per game. So he has
Man.
that's about 160 attempts.
Mira, Keldon.
39.4%. That is stupid high.
Is he almost? Are you going to call him elite 3-point shooter now, Mike?
He's getting there.
All right.
He's getting there. But look at compared to last year, Keldon Johnson compared to last year. Field goal percentage has gone up from 48%, 48.2 to 55.1. 3-point shooting's gone from 31.8 to 39.4. His effective field goal shooting has gone from 53.8, which means that last year, for every 100 shots he took, he would score about 106 points. 106. Get that number in your head, right?
Okay,
106.
106.
This year, it's at 61.9% as EFG. So his shooting has gone from 106 points per 100 shots taken to now 124 for every 100 shots taken. The efficiency of this guy is remarkable. He's playing the same number of minutes as last year. He was at 23.9 last year, 24.1 now. And his free throws are getting better. His free throw percentage went up. His defensive rebounding went up. His offensive rebounding went up. His steals per game has gone up. I mean, Keldon, if there is one MVP of the Spurs this year,
Keldon Johnson.
it's Keldon Johnson.
I think he's going to be in the running, no doubt, Mike, for 6th Man of the Year,
Yeah.
and rightfully so. He's been one of the shining pieces off of the Spurs bench this season. I mean, he's really flourished in this role. He's embraced it, and it shows. While you have players like Jeremy Sochan, who have played so bad, they played themselves out of the rotation.
Right.
And right now, it just seems like he's not going to find a new home by the trade deadline. Spurs are going to have to wind up taking him and maybe cutting him and getting nothing for him.
And that's an indictment on Brian Wright pre-2023. That's an indictment on it all. That you had as the number 9 player in the draft, somebody that nobody wanted, that other teams had the balls to say, we'll take him if you give us draft capital.
Exactly. He was a 2nd-round pick, man.
He really was.
2nd-round pick. Nobody would have taken him in the first.
If you ever hear a GM, or you ever hear, GMs will never say this though,
Yeah.
but if you ever hear the Mel Kiper Jr.'s of the world, in the NFL, or the Shams of the world in the NBA, or the Wojs, or whatever the case may be, if they ever use the phrase Jay Billis, if you ever use the phrase raw, get the F away. And they describe that to Jeremy. He's just such a raw talent.
No,
You
he's
know what that
not.
means? He has no talent.
He was broken.
It means he runs well in his chones.
It means that he was a bench player in college.
Well, he
What
was
was gonna-
he was a 6 man in college.
Okay, so what was going to change at the NBA level?
Right.
He couldn't shoot. He couldn't shoot then. He still can. I mean, there wasn't even a shot to work with, Mike.
Exactly.
There was nothing to work with. What did you expect was going to happen?
I'm looking at his college stats. He averaged 9 points per game.
Let's show him on screen.
I don't know if I can zoom in on this. He averaged 9 points per game, and he shot 29.6% from 3.
Yeah.
Now, the 3-point shot in college is shorter than the NBA. So 29% on an easier type of 3-point attempt. He wasn't a shooter in college, but he's got a motor on him, Joe. He's got a motor. And oh my God, he could clamp down defensively. You know what? That in a $150 gets you a bag of Takis, Joe.
Yeah, but he colors his hair, Mike. He's the second coming of Dennis Rodman. That's what I was told.
Dude, you know what? What I think it is, Joe? Lonnie Walker-itis. Lonnie Walker had all the tools and talents and God-given abilities to be a star in the NBA, or at least have a long career in the NBA. But you know what failed him? What was between the years?
Look at this. Joy-Con Drift King and Sam Salinas were talking, and Joy-Con Drift King had said, that's the problem. No one saw potential in him.
Well, I mean, I need that to be rephrased a little bit. Is that nobody believed in him, or that people believed in him too much?
I don't know. Coach Pop believed in him so much he made him a point guard.
Well, you need to have some sort of, and that was an experiment. That's how that Pop needed to have the car keys taken away from him, both literally and figuratively. At that point, he was no longer Pop the GOAT.
He wasn't fit to lead no more.
He wasn't. He needed to be relieved of his command.
No confidence.
The people, oh my God, the worst Spurs take of all time. One of the worst Spurs takes of all time was the Pop should stay as long as he wants to stay. He deserves that right.
No, bro.
No, man. That's not how any of this works, dude. Even Tom Landry at some point was told to grab his shine box, dude.
The great Tom Landry, yeah. They talked it over with at that Mexican restaurant. They said, cut him loose. Didn't Jerry say that, right? The gambler? He said, cut his ass.
Get him out. But you know what? That's a really good point right there. Jerry Jones was a Hall of Fame type of owner back in the 90s.
Yeah.
And at 83 years old now, still wanting to be the GM. Is he at the best of his abilities?
No, man. They need to let him go already. They need to Yeller his ass. Take him in the back.
People asking the question, did Sochan get waived here? I don't have my Twitter up on this page over here.
No, I don't think so, but that's the consensus that I'm thinking is going to happen. If they can't find a home for him, why keep him? If he doesn't want to be here and he's not going to get any playing time, the best recourse of action for the Spurs would be to go ahead and waive him, get nothing in return, just eat the cap, and let him go find another team elsewhere.
Real fast, Joe. We have a lot of Spurs fans out there who have really good Spurs takes, and there's some that have really bad ones. I have no idea who this is, but she popped up on my screen about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Lexi Venia.
Yeah.
She goes by at Golden Spirit 155. Dude, her Spurs takes are on point. Like, what does she do for a living?
I mean, we get her on the show, Mike.
Dude, she is so on point when it comes to a lot of just like they're not hot takes. They're like really well-developed, articulate takes on sports, on X's and O's and player development and whatnot. Love it. But she brought up a point on Twitter yesterday. She says, quote, Carter Bryant is everything that we wanted Jeremy Sochan to be already, she says. Carter Bryant is starting to show glimpses, Joe. I mean, all due respect to Josh Primo, dare I say he's showing flashes.
God. No pun intended, Mike.
I mean, I think defensively, Carter Bryant's better than Sochan ever was.
Oh yeah, no
Carter
doubt.
Bryant is a hound out there, and he's a hound out there without being handsy.
Yeah, the kid's very humble, man. He just wants to go out there and show that he can contribute. He wants to work hard. You can tell. He just wants to get better. He just wants to help his team. There's no ego.
13 minutes played yesterday, 11 points scored, 5 rebounds, 2 steals, again in just 13 minutes, knocked down 3 3-pointers. I mean, if you can knock down a 3 from time to time, that's going to help your cause. Now, Carter Bryant,
you get the chancla. You get the chancla because remember you told me Carter Bryant was no good from beyond the arc.
He's still at 30% for the year, Joe. So
you told me he was basura.
He's at exactly 30% for the year.
Basura, and he couldn't shoot.
No, I don't get the chancla until he gets to 32%.
You
Joe.
get the chancla now.
Oh, he's
Chancla.
still at the bottom 30 percentile. But you know what? I will say this though. The shot looks better. And you know what the shot is, Joe? It's about the legs.
The legs.
It's about getting the leg into the shot. It's kind of like baseball. It's about the hips.
Yeah.
It's not about the hand and the arm, the connecting of the bat. It's everything else that goes into the shot. Carter Bryant, his shot never looked bad, like the form.
Yeah.
Same thing with like Stephon Castle. It doesn't look bad. It's confidence and it's all the other stuff going on into it. It's getting into the groove of the shot
Yeah.
beyond just is there a rotation on the release. But Carter Bryant, last few games, getting some steals, guarding some guards along the way. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm willing to sign the apology for him yet. I did call him Jeremy Sochan 2.0. But what I am saying is that his trajectory is a lot higher than what Sochan was in his rookie year.
This is true. I think there's just more to work with Carter Bryant than there was with Jeremy Sochan.
Mm-hmm.
Just being honest about it.
Right. Mario Cavazza says, I see Carter Bryant's game similar to Keldon's, a wrecking ball at time. Okay. I can see that. Tex-Mex Frank brings up the point. He says, ever since Carter was challenged by his teammates for missing dunks, he's been playing better.
They said if he missed another dunk, he's going to have to shave his head.
Pay money. He's going to be in the slam dunk competition in a couple of weeks, by the way. Hey, speaking of which, did you realize that the Pro Bowl was a couple of days ago and no one realized it?
Oh, it was stupid, dude. I saw him out there. They were playing, what are they doing? Playing flag football? That's dumb.
Yeah, the belief is Pat Florio of the NFL Network was saying that the whole idea of having the game on a Tuesday was for the ratings to be so bad, like the movie Major League. If we get attendance so low, we could move to Miami. Get the attendance to be so bad and the ratings to be so bad that it gives the NFL the cover to say no more, that it doesn't exist anymore.
Pull the plug on it, dude. It's just on life support, like FanDuel Sports Network. Let's pull the plug.
Mm-hmm.
Let it go. No one watches it.
No one watches.
What would be better, you think, if they would just show a skills challenge or something like that between the best quarterbacks, the best players, right? Running drills or doing something exciting for the fans to watch and just stream it on live stream on YouTube or something.
Yeah, I mean,
it'd be more exciting than watching the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, make it American Gladiator style.
Yeah. Have Dakota Rain Prescott hitting guys on the face with the ball.
Have that guy with the tennis ball cannon.
Was it laser? Laser or turbo?
Laser and blaze and turbo.
Man, I used to love watching American Gladiators way back when. It was a Saturday night after the news, right? And you loved it. You loved to see the people get hit right in the face with that tennis ball. And then they would show it again in the slow motion.
And then they try to shoot the thing from the bottom. If they got down to the bottom, and they'd be like, the pump faking. No, my favorite one was the one where they had to get the little dodgeball basketball thingy into the hoop. Yeah, it was like 3-on-2.
It beating the hell out of them.
and it was no fair, man, because every time that they'd get tackled and the hoop was so small, it was like the exact size of the ball.
Yeah,
but you couldn't like just throw it in there. You had to like dunk it, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was great.
That and the jousting. Remember that?
Oh, the jousting was great.
They'd be on that little platform and they'd knock the hell out of them.
But when they were on the rings, so they had to avoid getting tackled on the rings, and then they'd come and they'd clamp onto you and
they just hang on to them until they fell and got tired.
American Ninja Warrior has nothing on American Gladiators.
That was so fun. They did try to make it like a return, but that didn't last very long.
Sam Selena says, and Cherokee. Oh, wait, that's my male stripper stage name.
Oh my God.
God, someone was around in the 90s. If you know, you know.
Jeez,
Look at that.
God.
Dude, every girl that is 45 years old in San Antonio knows who Cherokee was. That's the funniest thing.
Oh, look at Sam Selena says that they do have a skills challenge show. Nobody watches that either. Well,
they
damn.
Don't hype it up enough then.
Does the NFL even care about all that, dude? Like, they're trying to have their own like all-star weekend and nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Well, it used to be after the Super Bowl, man. Because you used to have the Super Bowl players go and play, right? And now it's like, well, if you made the Super Bowl, you can't be in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
So like if you are Reek Woolen this year, you can't go. Reek Woolen of UTSA about to could be the first Super Bowl winner in UTSA Roadrunner history. Very, very
You know
nice.
what I was going to show too? You know what happened yesterday at the game? It was kind of ironic to me because we had Rashad Wisdom on the show, right?
Yeah.
He didn't even tell us he's going to the game, his first game. Maybe it was a last minute thing.
Mm-hmm.
But look, he came on the Area 210 podcast and showed him on there. They gave him a jersey and everything.
That's amazing.
Yeah, isn't that cool, dude? He was at the OKC game last night.
That's badass. That's badass. Chica sending me photos right now of all the mountains.
Oh yeah,
in
Utah.
In Utah, she's in Utah for continuing education. But today they're not doing continuing education. Today, all her coworkers they're out going skiing and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, man. Mexican people can't ski, Mike.
She's Native American mostly, so
yeah. But I'm just saying, bro. I'd stay far away from the snow. We made for hard labor, bro. We made for the snow hills.
Hey, we got to talk about the party, man, because we've been talking about the 28th.
About that, yeah.
So, we originally had this scheduled for a couple weeks ago, but the ice storm kind of did us in.
Yeah, it was too cold, and we're gonna be outside. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna move the party indoors.
Yep.
And the party is gonna be, can I say, Joe?
Mm-hmm.
The Hard Rock Cafe.
On the 28th on Saturday. It's going to be on Saturday.
Okay, so let's play a commercial for Hard Rock Cafe so you can kind of see what we're doing over there. We'll talk about the party on the other side and all that's going to go in and out of it all. But let's give some love to Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio.
The Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio is Riverwalk dining at its best. With great scenic views along with its amazing collection of rock memorabilia, there is something for everyone. Enjoy happy hour weekdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with $8 and $10 appetizers, $5 domestic drafts, and $6 craft import drafts at the bar only. Try some of the Hard Rock Cafe's legendary steak burgers, or my personal favorite, such as the grilled salmon or baby back ribs. Make sure to visit the third level and enjoy the DJ as you take in the city skyline. The Hard Rock Cafe is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast.
Very nice. Again, we're going to have a party on February 28th. That's going to be a Saturday night here in San Antonio on the Riverwalk?
Yeah, Saturday night. Hopefully the weather will cooperate with us. And it's more of a centralized location, so it should be easier for everybody to get there. I know there's a parking situation. There is a parking lot right across the street from the Hard Rock Cafe if you'd like to pay. But there's also city parking lots all over the place if you just want to park there and then walk.
You can make it a night as well. I think Chica and I are going to do that. Going to go get a hotel downtown so that, you can get your drink on. And then
Hotel Contenza.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, could be. We do this thing on I don't know if it's Expedia or Priceline or one of those things. I think it's Expedia, where they say you can have a 4-star hotel in downtown San Antonio for this price, but you don't know which hotel it is.
Oh yeah, it's a mystery.
It's the mystery hotel, and then we buy it, and then all of a sudden it says we'll send you which hotel it's going to be in the next few minutes, and then we're driving like, we're going to the we're going to the Valencia, we're going to the Hilton Hyatt. We've done that several times before.
Yeah.
And so that's pretty cool. But no, we'll go out there. We'll have special guests out there.
Yeah.
Lots of giveaways.
Yeah.
Lots of prizes. Can hang out with us, get to go support Hard Rock Cafe, which supports us as well.
Of course. We're going to have drinks out there. This time we're not going to have the food, but we're going to have drinks. So we have a lot of drink tickets to give away to the people that show up. We're also going to have like little swag bags to give away to people as well.
And we have people who've been sponsoring, who've been calling and say, hey, we want to sponsor this event as well.
Yeah,
so
so
that's very, very cool. If you could turn on the chat again so I could see it. Yeah.
Parking is 3 miles away to save on parking. It's not 3 miles away.
No, he's saying that I'm going to park 3 miles away so that I can save money.
No,
what I'm going to do is me and my honey are going to go up to the Valencia, going to high class it over there for a little while. Then we're going to Uber from there.
Look at Matt Gama says, I got free parking. Fend for yourself. Oh, my God. Look at the Hard Rock Cafe is not for the peasants. Make more money to attend.
Yeah. And how about let's all make an arrangement, an agreement that we're going to dress nice. I'm not saying dress.
Go in your Spurs jersey.
But no one go in your Spurs jersey.
Go in your Spurs jersey.
Come on, be better.
No, they can go however they want, Mike. They don't have to dress
No,
up.
the Hard Rock Cafe, especially the Riverwalk, it's a little bit nicer, man. It's a little
No,
bit.
you don't have to if you don't want to.
Yes, I mean, I'm just saying it's suggested.
Wear
Yeah.
your Shut Up Gina shirt.
It's like, okay, so I had this one friend back in the day who was always underdressed whenever we'd go out, and it was
Yeah.
always like, why are you always underdressed?
Yeah.
Like, why can't we just all go out one day? But this one friend always, didn't matter if it was a casino or a restaurant or a club, was always underdressed. And I'm like, dude, put on a freaking shirt, okay? But with a collar, long sleeve shirt, let's go out, right? Show up looking like, what's that dude from The Hangover?
God.
Looking
The
like,
friend?
No, like the little the brother of the bride.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. The short one with the beard.
Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing that I don't remember his name as a character, but I remember his name as the actual actor. Hangover cast. Everyone's gonna get it to me. Alan. There you go. Don't dress like Alan. And what's this? Host of a Spurs podcast event. No jerseys allowed. Hard Rock, you need to wear a suit, says Mikey Man. I'm just saying, though.
Mike said it yourself, San Antonio is ghetto raza.
It's going to Raza.
Oh, come on. They can wear whatever they want, dude. It's a party, 500th episode party. We talk about sports, and you don't want them to wear a jersey.
You know what? I mean, I'm just saying that if it's Little Woodrow's, that makes sense. It's a sports bar.
But the Hard Rock's not like a 5-star place to eat, like
But
an eatery.
it's a nice restaurant, Joe.
But I'm just saying, Mike, if I go to Hotel Contenza and I'm going to eat at the restaurant that they have there, which is really nice,
I've been to the bar there.
I have to dress up,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to eat at a really nice hotel restaurant. It's 5-star. They're going to give you your 3 main courses,
Look, I'm not saying that you can't dress in a Spurs jersey or a Cowboys jersey. I'm just saying I'm going to judge you.
You're going to frown on them. You're going to look down on them, Mike. Come on.
I'm just going to judge you and be like,
just for that, I'm going to have everybody come out in jerseys. Wear your jersey. Wear the rattiest jersey you can find. Torn, everything.
Everyone talking about the parking. Dude, it's parking downtown. Get over it.
Wear your Edgar Mike shirts. Oh, God.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, Garrett's back in the house. What's going on, Garrett? How are
What's up,
things
Garrett?
in the Netherlands? I'm going to be in your neck of the woods pretty soon, man. Maybe not the Netherlands, but close enough. I'll be in France.
Did you see what Mayor Jones is saying now? Gina Ortiz Jones?
Yeah, going after one of the Spurs owners.
Yeah.
Michael Dell.
Michael Dell. She got mad because Mr. Dell donated $6 billion to Mr. Trump. There.
Okay, first of all, I want to see the receipts. Because when she said $6 billion,
She said 6 with the B. Billion.
Yeah. I bet you she's full of crap. And this is not a political statement. Show me the receipt.
Show me the money.
Show me the receipt. Like show me, because whenever you do these types of donations, there are government forms that are filled out, right? It's public in nature, right?
Yeah.
Show me that he did that, and then we can have the conversation. But if you're just gonna throw out a number and not have any proof of it, what am I supposed to do here? How am I supposed to react to? You know what? I cannot believe that. Jeremy Sochan drove 185 miles per hour when he drove into the. No, I don't know. I don't have proof of that. I'm just saying a number. I'm just BSing.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, she's throwing out a number, $6 billion.
What are you going to tell her?
Think about it this way,
Is
Joe.
it actual
Joe,
and factual?
It's not. You know why, Joe? Because that's more money than an entire campaign ever runs on for president.
Well,
did you say that he fully funded the entire campaign? Is Gina Ortiz just talking out of her ass again?
I don't know, man. I just thought it was comical for her to say something. Well, he can pay for this new arena on his own. Why do we have to pay for it? He doesn't own the Spurs. He's a part owner.
Right.
God, man. The thing is, too, even if he did, right, spend the $6 billion or whatnot, what is the one thing that Mr. Dell has in common with a lot of things here that happen with the government.
Michael Dell's net worth is 130 billion, by the way. So he gave 5% of his money away.
Yeah, but
Come
I'm
on.
saying Mr. Dell has a lot of government contracts with
Mhm.
almost every branch of the government. $6 billion is an investment because he's going to wind up getting a whole lot. He's going to make a lot more money than $6 billion if, in fact, that did happen.
Right. Okay. And what is the 6 billion going for? Is it going towards like a campaign? Because that sounds stupid.
I don't know.
That just sounds stupid.
And look at Sam Salinas says, I believe there's a cap on political donations. There probably is. Maybe it was a total of 6 billion, but it all didn't just come from him. Maybe it was a bunch of other people putting in money together, you know? We have to go and investigate this, Mike.
Okay, so let me see here. Okay, so basically it's a charitable donation, Joe.
Okay.
So because he donated to charity, which is basically a Trump-led charity, she's upset. You know what that's called? It's called a tax deduction. Michael Dell doesn't own the Spurs. He's an owner of the Spurs. The Holts still own the Spurs.
Yeah, they're the majority owners. You have to, in order to be the majority owners, you have to own like what, 51, 52% of the team? And then you have the other
1.
Then you have the rest of the investors, right? That each own a portion of the team. I believe Michael Dell might own 5% or something like that.
It's making it sound like she gave the money to them. To
she
Trump.
wrote the check. Like, come on.
Like it's going to various things, right? And a lot of it is what, Joe? Disadvantaged kids.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe he should be applauded. I don't know. I'll investigate more into this. I'll get Puro on it.
Puro on the case.
There you go. Right on cue.
Get Puro on it.
Yeah. She made it sound like, oh, he donated. She gave the money to him directly.
I don't know, dude.
Come on, man. Be better.
You know who else is poor, apparently? Who needs some money? The University of Houston, Mike.
Okay, so tell me about this. Is Kelvin Sampson?
Yeah, man. Dude went wild, man. I thought it was funny. I'm just looking through stuff here, on the X, things that we're going to talk about here on the show. And you have the head basketball coach for the University of Houston going on a rant, dude. And he's complaining about how poor the school is and how they don't have any money to go after some marquee talent, and he was saying that basically that they need to stop spending and trying to act like they have money because he knows the school is poor. So these are the comments from Kelvin Sampson. And he went and said, we have a very poor athletic department. We're poor. We were poor when I got there, and we're still poor. We have to stop at some point because we don't have enough money to keep bringing in really good players. Kelvin Sampson.
Now you would think that this is a bad program.
It's not.
They're the 8th ranked team in the nation, Joe. Houston has a 19-2 record. They also have Kingston Flemings on the team, who played for Brennan High School, who's going to be one and done and is projected to be a top 5 player in the NBA draft, pick in the top 5.
Yeah.
So the Spurs win the lottery and move into the number 4 spot, move into the number 3 spot.
Yeah, we could pick him.
We could pick up Kingston Flemings, right? So what the hell is he talking about? Okay, again, Houston in the conference that they're in is not going to compete with Arizona, who's the number 1 team in the nation, or Michigan or UConn or Duke. They're not blue bloods.
Well, when you compare Houston to them, of course they're poor. They're not going to make that kind of money.
Right.
But I mean, he's acting like this program is on life support.
There are wealthy programs.
Yeah.
The Dukes of the world, the UConns of the world. There are rich programs. There are middle class programs. There are working class programs, and there are poor programs.
What would you classify UT? UT has some cash, dude.
UT Austin?
Yeah. They got money.
They're rich. I wouldn't call them wealthy because they focus more attention on the football team and baseball team than anything else. Like basketball is probably the 6th most popular sport at UT. I mean, you can argue that track is bigger, baseball is bigger, softball is bigger. You can argue that volleyball is bigger at UT. But at Houston's probably the basketball team is probably the second most important thing there when it comes to athletics.
Yeah.
Houston, massive market, but it's how do I phrase this, Joe? It's not a very affluent school.
Yeah.
It's not an affluent school. It's not. I mean, Houston is basically UTSA in a bigger city. People who graduate from UTSA, by and large, don't go off and make a crap ton of money, right? It's not like you're graduating from, Baylor, or you're graduating from Rice, right?
Yeah.
Those who graduate from those schools, I'm not saying that's everybody that's like that. I'm not saying that every graduate. I'm a graduate from UTSA. I'm not saying that everyone does, but there are rankings by how much money you make graduating from each school, right? Houston is not one of those schools where it's like, man, if you go to the university, if you go to UH, you're going to make bank in the future. No, it's UTSA in a big market.
Yeah, and there he is going on his rant. Like who did he piss off, dude? Here saying this, it has to be damage control now for the University of Houston. Like, is this brother going to have a job? What's his name going to be, Mike? Are they going to give him a shine box and be like, you know what your name is? Gone.
Yeah,
get out of here. Why would you say that about your employer? I mean, the brother's probably making six figures, so he ain't suffering. He's getting paid.
I'm looking up the income level of each one, right?
Yeah.
Starting salaries for 2023 graduates in UTSA is $60,000 a year.
Jeez.
Right?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Houston's about $90,000 a year, but it's also costs more to live there. But it's a little bit more than UTSA, so I'm not going to say it's less because you're going to make more money in Houston.
No,
you're going to make more money in Dallas, more money in Austin,
bigger cities, of course.
Bigger cities. It costs more, and they pay more over there. But Kelvin Sampson, why hasn't he retired yet? He's 70 years old.
Maybe this is the chance they got now. And they'll be like, he's old, he's senile, he's bad mouthing the school. Give him a shine box.
Mm-hmm. So apparently we have reports coming in from Shams Charania. We're going to review them on the other side. Let's give some love to our good friends over at P.F. Chang's La Cantera. Sean Quintero does a fantastic job helping to run that place over there. Again, P.F. Chang's La Cantera. Wednesday Wines Day, half all bottles of champagne and wine.
P.F. Chang's La Cantera, San Antonio's premier destination for dinner, date night, or happy hour. Enjoy one of their signature dishes, such as the Singapore street noodles, sesame chicken, or Chang's spicy chicken, or their infamous Chang's chicken lettuce wraps, which are delicious, by the way. You can enjoy all this while you're dining in an Asian-inspired atmosphere. And make sure to enjoy the new outdoor patio and try some of P.F. Chang's signature cocktails and drinks during happy hour, Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. P.F. Chang's La Cantera is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast.
All right, don't forget the $8.99 cocktail collection over there from open to close. I recommend the Jade Margarita. Fantastic, dude.
Or Frank Harris's favorite, the lemon martini, the lemon drop martini.
God. When Rashawn Wisdom was giving him crap about that was funny, dude. That was funny.
Hey, Frank Harris will like that, dude. I wonder if he's had that already over at P.F. Chang's. I forgot to ask him.
And the breaking news from ESPN, by the way, is that the Bucks have told all teams that they're not going to trade Giannis by the trade deadline. We have a super chat coming in.
Money talk.
Here comes the money.
From Mike's Big Tooth, saying, I'm like Sochan. I'm still here.
I'm still here, Sochan.
But like my big tooth, the Spurs are going to extract him and discard him at some point. He'll be gone by the end of the week. Whether it's by trade or by buyout, they're not going to say, after all of this time, you know what we're going to do? We're going to start playing you now. He's done. He's done.
You think so?
What a waste of a lottery pick, Joe. And then Malachi Branham didn't work out.
Oh, God.
I thought Blake Wesley was going to, though. Blake Wesley had some skills.
Yeah.
But he kept on getting hurt. And the best ability, Joe, is what? Availability.
Availability.
You want to talk about UT baseball's facilities?
Yeah, I'm going to show that. But I remember yesterday somebody was saying that the Matt Lerma voice is basically Marge Simpson's. No, it's an actual like combination of the Marge Simpson voice and another character from the cartoon Chowder that came out on Cartoon Network years ago called Truffles.
Yeah.
You combine them together, you get the Matt Lerma voice. So let's go ahead and show what's going on with the UT in Austin, man, and what they're doing with their baseball program. Look at that, man. UTSA could never, Mike.
Nope.
Look at that, bro. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. That's nice.
Well, that's what happens when you live in a rich city, man. You get nice stuff.
Look at that. That's nice, man. And what does UTSA have as far as their baseball program goes?
Basically, it looks like what Texas Stadium looked like before it got imploded.
It looks it's a nasty field, dude. It's not even level.
It's a Little League field.
It's horrible, man. And you pay $10 to take your own chair to sit down.
And they beat UT, by the way.
God.
Which shows you how good of a team, how good of a coach they have over there at UTSA. Amazing. Joe, what do you got going on this weekend, Joe?
I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and really buckle down here and start getting a lot of stuff done for the day of the Valentine. I got to go ahead and order those flowers for my daughter, and make sure that they get sent to her. I always send her chocolate covered strawberries because that's her favorite.
Yeah.
So I got to make sure that I get some delivered to her, and I got to take care of all my other nieces, man. I have to I've been buying stuff for the last couple of weeks to get stuff ready for all the kids, because I have a lot of nieces, dude. So I got to give flowers to the older ones and little candies and stuff. And I'm making these little cups too that I have over here. And I made a cool graphic for each kid that encompasses their personality. So I'm going to put, that together and give it to them. I got a lot of gifts to give out. And then plus on top of that, I got to finish the little bottle openers that we have here for the giveaways.
Those, dude. Those are great.
And on the back, we'll have Mira Wemby, so I got to do one side and then do the other side. And, just make a whole bunch of little things that we can give out to the people who show up to our 500th, party that we're having, 500th episode celebration party.
I appreciate all that you do, man, because I'll be honest with you, you run the show.
Yeah.
All I do is show up, man. Half the time I'm late, right?
Yeah.
So you and even Sean, he needs equity stake in what we got going on over here.
Yep, he helps a lot too. And and it's not just him, but the ladies behind the scenes too, like the wives of Alex and Sean, Michelle and Jen and everybody else that's helping. Greg, is a big supporter of what we do as well. I mean, we appreciate everybody, and Sean's always singing our praises, when he has gatherings or when he's talking with people, that, has celebrities that go out and whatnot, mentioning the show. So we appreciate everything that everybody does behind the scenes, and especially the chat here and the viewers that come to interact with us on a daily, because we couldn't have all this without you guys. So we appreciate everyone's support. Speaking of support, one of the things I wanted to bring to light here is our good friend Rick, otherwise known as Fernandez.
Mm-hmm.
He just started a new X page, right? And this is for his belt, the Spurs belt. So fellas, give him a follow. If you're on the X, let's go ahead and get him more follows than just 16. The belt deserves more than that, man. So do your thing.
The belt's been places.
It has, man. So if you're a fan of what we do here and Rick's part of what we're doing too, go out and give the belt a follow. You can go ahead and follow him on the X at Spurs Belt Tour. Just go ahead and click the follow button, and then you can go ahead and follow the shenanigans of the belt as it travels well.
Oh, this weekend I got to figure out what I'm going to do for my love, Francesca, or Chica, aka Chica, for Valentine's Day.
You got to get them flowers, bro. You got to get them at least two dozen, Mike.
Okay, so here's the trick to flowers, by the way.
She'd give us the hack.
Here's the hack, dude. Let me give you the hack.
Courtesy of Chica.
No, it's the hack of me.
Okay.
She doesn't know this.
Okay.
And this is I've learned this a long time ago, but this is true. You go get a dozen roses right now, right? Typically, it's like $80 for a dozen roses, right? For the full display, right? The full-on display, and the vase and all that, about $80, right?
No.
Here is the hack. Go to Goodwill. Every Goodwill section has flower, what's it called? Containers.
Yeah.
Boom, $2, $3. A nice flower container in there, right?
Yeah.
Clean it out. Then, instead of getting the arrangement that's $100 for a dozen roses, or $150 for a dozen roses, early in the morning, 10 a.m., rush out to Costco and go to their flower section. They do not raise the prices for their flowers.
Yeah.
You can get a dozen long stem roses there for $10. Go get yourself 3 dozen of them. Don't cheap out and get just a $10. No, get 3 of them. Boom, 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 boom. They sell the greenery there. Boom, 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 boom. Greenery is like $5-6. Put it together your damn self. And instead of having a 1 dozen rose thing that gets delivered to their work, you deliver it yourself.
No.
2 things happen. A, you look like the man because you're the one who delivered it. It's not some pimpled teenager that went to go deliver it, right? Secondly, you save yourself about $200 because if you try to get in 2 or 3 dozen roses at the store, you're gonna spend up the nose. Believe me, Joe. I put that arrangement out last year.
Yeah.
She thought it was a beautiful arrangement,
Yeah.
and I spent like $40 on it, Joe.
That's good. Unfortunately for me, I got to spend money on my daughter because I'm nowhere near Florida. That's the only thing that sucks. But the other place that you can find decent amount of flowers at a decent price, Sam's and Costco. I got to agree with you, because if you go to like the Target, Super Target, or you go to like neighborhood Walmart, you go to HEB or whatever, they're gonna nickel and dime you, man. Especially HEB, man. Their arrangements over there, they're kind of pricey, and they know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
They raise the prices on all their stuff, their floral arrangements, and they have different varying prices, right? For the poors,
For the poors.
because they have like their $10 or $15 arrangements that are really carnations or whatever, and then they'll have the other ones that have like flowers, that are like roses and stuff. But I'm just like, man, it is what it is, man. You get what you can afford, But if you have a Costco membership or Sam's, I mean, that'll help you. And not only that, Mike, but when you go over there, you can always pick up like cupcakes and stuff like that as well. Kind of put something together if you're gonna give her flowers. It's the presentation, Mike. The presentation.
That's what it is, man. Hey, I'm looking at the NBA standings right now, Joe.
Yeah.
The cutoff for the number of games you need to win to make the play-in tournament, based on the trajectory of these teams.
How much?
34 wins to make the play-in. Guess how many wins the Spurs already have?
Spurs already matched their win total from last season. They have 34 wins.
34 wins, because right now the number 11 team is 20-29, on pace to win 34 games.
Yeah.
If you get to 34, 35 wins, you're in the play-in tournament.
Spurs have already played 50 games thus far this season out of an 82-game season.
The projected cutoff right now to make the actual playoffs without having to go into the play-in is having a 6-12 winning percentage, which is basically 50 wins. So right now, the Spurs have 32 games left in the season. They would be projected to make the playoffs if they go 16-16 the rest of the way.
Basically 500.
500 ball gets you into the top 6. Now, obviously, you want to be above that. By the way, the Denver Nuggets lost.
Oh, yeah.
They've lost 3 in a row.
They're on the
So
decline.
Spurs got a win yesterday, right? As ugly as it was, a win is a win is a win. 2-game separation from Denver now, because Denver's lost 6 out of 10 games and 3 in a row. Houston lost their last game. So the Spurs have some breathing room here. 1 more win than Denver rather, and 3 fewer losses than Denver. I would be shocked if the Spurs held on to the 2 seed. Like, as much crap as we give Mitch Johnson, I would be absolutely shocked.
You know what's the good and bad about this whole thing? The good thing is that the Spurs have played much better than they had in the previous season. The bad, we still haven't seen them play consistent basketball for a long period, right? A long stretch here. And I think that's probably the most disconcerting thing if you're a Spurs fan, because Mitch Johnson looks frustrated with the team at times, because they're capable of playing much better than they're actually performing, right? Than what they're showing you. out there on the court, and they still haven't been able to put it together. Like, you're waiting for the team to take that next leap. And I think, honestly, when you look at the pieces that they have, that next leap, Mike, is consistency.
Right.
That's what it is. And it's frustrating, I think, for Mitch Johnson and for Spurs fans, because we see flashes of what the team will look like when they play at full strength.
Give them a shooter.
But they just haven't.
If they get a shooter out there,
Yeah.
imagine what can happen. I keep checking my phone over here because the trade deadline is in 2.5 hours.
It's coming.
And the Spurs are still holding on to Kelly Olynyk, still holding on to Harrison Barnes, still holding on to. I said Harrison Barnes' name.
Yeah.
I said it. I said it with my chest out.
It's time to trade the Corolla, man. Let's be honest. We need a Camry now, Mike.
When are these guys going to be bought out? Wouldn't it be interesting if the Spurs buy out Olynyk and Sochan?
Olynyk's 13.4 mil.
Typically, with the buyout, you spread it out. They're on your payroll for the following year. Remember when the Spurs were paying DeMarre Carroll for all those years, and the Spurs were paying all these players that weren't even on the team? I thought those days were over, but we're gonna have Sochan on the payroll next year.
Yeah, teams are still making some deals here, but I mean, I have not seen anything that leads me to believe that they're gonna make a deal for it.
Yeah, coming in $5. All right.
Money talk.
Here comes the money.
We gotta wait. There it is.
Says Wolves acquire a 45% from three shooter. Thunder obtained Jared McCain, who might have been rookie of the year if he was healthy. What have the Spurs have done to improve? Nothing.
Nada.
And we did talk about Jared McCain earlier. Jared McCain had a gruesome injury last year, but when he was playing as a rookie, was lights out. And people were like, man, this guy, I think he was drafted like number 15 in the draft, somewhere in the teens, came out of nowhere and was just balling. Then he got hurt.
Yeah.
Then he got hurt. But Jared McCain now going to Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City using their war chest to make that happen. If you had said that the Spurs could have gotten McCain for what they offered, which is basically a bunch of second rounders and a bag of Takis, I would have been like, what a great trade. Brian Wright's amazing. But instead, Sam Presti does it again. The rich got richer. So if you look at the Spurs right now for upcoming seasons, right, we talk about how Harrison Barnes is a $19 million expiring deal.
Yeah.
Kelly Olynyk, $13.5 million expiring deal. Jeremy Sochan, $7 million. If you look at that, who comes off the board the following year?
I think, is it Keldon?
Keldon's an expiring deal next year. They're going to obviously extend Wemby out. They're obviously going to extend Castle out. Those are team options there. And Carter Bryant, Julian Champagnie. Dude, Champagnie, whoever his agent is, sucks. Because Champagnie makes crap for what he brings to the team. He's making $3 million this year. And we're going to make another $3 million next year. He never gets raises.
No.
He is worth more than a $3 million price tag than what he has on him.
Maybe when his contract expires, he'll explore that option.
I mean, you don't get a lot of starters making $3 million, you know? But you look at that, Joe, and then you go to the 27-28 season. Really, the only people on the roster at that point, 2 seasons from now, are Fox, Vassell, Harper, Cornette, Castle, and Carter Bryant. Everybody else is gone.
Yeah.
And you look at that price tag, Joe, the one thing that we're going to be talking about as Spurs fans is that price tag of De'Aaron Fox. $37 million this year, 50 next year, 54 the next, 58, and then 62. I rounded. We're going to be looking at that as Spurs fans, thinking to ourselves, what did we get ourselves into?
Well, there's who's to say that at maybe some point in time he might not be traded too.
Right.
You know?
But you have to swap for salaries.
Exactly.
So if the Spurs wanted to get rid of De'Aaron Fox, we had to assume 3 players.
Exactly. And then probably wind up cutting all 3 or 1 or 2 or whatever they want to do.
Yeah, that's a we did not know Dylan Harper was coming here pick. And we're going to be looking at that because people would give crap to Devin Vassell because he makes $27 million a year.
Yeah. Or the other thing too, when you look at it, is they could also be forward thinking because they know that the market price for that type of player will go ahead and increase over the next couple of years. Because I mean, players are going to get paid depending on what the salary cap is. As far as
Right.
NBA deals, making the NBA making those TV deals and whatnot, and then going ahead and spreading that salary around the league.
Yeah, Choro Loco says when Harper's deal goes out, that's when we'll get rid of Fox. Well, they play the same position though, so I don't know if they're going to coexist forever.
They can't.
But actually, Fox's last year with the team is the year after Castle's rookie deal. I mean Harper's rookie deal's over, so they would have to both be on the books at the same time. So I understand the logic. I'm just telling you, looking at the salary caps, it doesn't line up seamlessly. It's like, okay, so Harper has to get extended, right? Becomes a restricted free agent at the end of 2029.
Yeah.
Gets a new deal. Well, guess who's still on the roster at that point? De'Aaron Fox,
Yeah.
making $62 million at that point.
Look at what Mario Cavazos put in here. He says starting on October the 1st, he goes, Antetokounmpo is eligible to make a 4-year, $275 million extension in Milwaukee, and they're saying that is what Wemby will be making.
Not necessarily, because Wemby needs to play 64 games this season and win Defensive Player of the Year to make that. Right, because you need to make a certain number of All-Star teams,
Yeah.
All NBA rosters and things like that.
Yeah.
So Wemby, when we remember when the plane, they had to delay the plane. They had to they got stranded in Charlotte. Then they diverted to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Changed plans, came to San Antonio. They only had 5 hours to warm up and get ready to play.
Yeah.
People are like, I'm shocked that Wemby's playing. No, Wemby's playing for money right now, man. He needs to get as many games under his belt as possible because part of getting the Supermax is having certain accolades, and you can only get those accolades if you play enough games. And right now, the Spurs have 32 games left in the season, right? He's played 36. Actually, he gets credit for one extra one, which is the game against the Knicks in the Emirates Cup final. So Wemby has to play 28 of the last 32 games to make Defensive Player of the Year and all that stuff.
Yeah. We forgot to mention too here that the Spurs are playing on the second night of a back-to-back. So yesterday they played OKC. Oh man, what happened? I lost you, Mike.
Oh no!
Let me go ahead and fix this. I don't know what happened here.
Just keep going.
We lost everything. We lost everything. Let me get you back here. Let's see if I can. There we go.
Nice.
You're back. He's back.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go ahead and show you back on stream. Fix it. There we go. They're saying said on my left because the camera went out. Nah, it happens. It's a USB problem with Windows. Got to fix that. But I was saying that the Spurs are going to wind up playing the Mavericks today. And this is the schedule that they have. They also have the Rockets in action too. So if you're a Spurs fan, you want to keep an eye on that. Spurs going to tip off tonight at 7:30 p.m. You can go ahead and check that out. But what did the Vegas odd makers say tonight, Mike?
Well, I mean, the Spurs should be favored in this game. I know Cooper Flagg has been balling out, and Cooper Flagg playing point guard, by the way.
And here we go. This is what they have the over-under at right now.
Don't tell me what it is. Over-under between both teams, I'm going to say is 222.
A little higher.
226?
229.
Well, that's a lot.
229.5. And look at what they have right now. Who do you think they're favoring tonight?
Well, they have to favor the Spurs.
Yeah.
Because the Spurs are the better team. The Spurs went into Dallas earlier this year and beat the living crap out of them.
Yeah.
I'd say the Spurs by 4.
They have them by 6.5.
Okay.
Against the Mavericks.
Okay.
That's what DraftKings is saying. That's what the betting odds are right now.
I mean, the Spurs have a better road record than the Mavericks have as a home record.
Yeah.
Spurs are 15-10 on the road. Dallas is 14-15 at home.
But the matchup here that everybody's going to be looking at is Flagg Wemby.
Yeah, but they're not going to play each other.
No.
I mean, my question is, who's going to guard Flagg if he's playing up top? If he's playing as a point guard?
I don't know who you're going to put on him. You're going to put Harper, Carter.
Might be a bad matchup up
Castle.
there. Might be a really bad matchup.
The thing is if you put a smaller guard on a taller guy, it's shown to be effective, right? Because they've done that to Wemby.
Well, it's shown to be effective against somebody who has no body mass.
I'm just saying. I mean, they could go ahead and try that experiment. I mean, if you put somebody of equal size on flag, he's just going to run circles around him.
They're not getting any wins,
No.
so it's not like he's leading them to wins. But I mean, I'm looking at his last 3 games, Joe. 36 points, 34 points, 49 points. He was 20 of 29 shooting against the Hornets the other day. Against the Rockets, he was 13 of 25. Against the Celtics, he was 12 of 24. In that time frame, he's been hitting around 50% from 3 and about 90% from free throw line.
Yeah.
I mean, Cooper Flag, he started off slow. They moved him to a different position, and so all of a sudden he's a stud. You know, Spurs thought that they could do that to Jeremy Sochan. Move him to point guard, from power forward to point guard.
That did not work. Oh, yeah, and then we got that word, too, that David Jones-Garcia is out for the season with the Austin Spurs because he's going to undergo surgery on his ankle.
Yeah. Who said there that if he could guard that if Castle can guard Kevin Durant, he should be fine. There's a big difference in I don't know. I don't know. It's a different skill set that they have there, right?
Yeah.
Because you're watching Cooper Flag do hesitation moves that Durant doesn't necessarily have. He does a running bank shot.
Yeah.
He does a lot of various things that are. There's more Tim Duncan in Cooper Flag than we give him credit for. He's like Tim Duncan with like handles.
Yeah.
He's kind of a basic player. Like, and what I mean by basic player, like fundamental player.
Yeah. You know what's not basic? The new Wemby kicks that are coming out.
Oh man,
You wanted these, Mike. Look at these. They're called the Nike Zoom GT Cut 4. The Wembeyaso. Look at,
I mean,
they're prismatic, or pearled.
Chica would rock those.
Why? Because they're shiny.
Yeah, she loves colors like that. It's like a fish.
Yeah.
But what's that jewel on the front on that alien head?
Yeah, it's I don't know, some plastic alien head they got on there.
I don't know. It looks like the ring that Birdo wears on Mario Party.
These are ugly, dude. I don't just say it. I know people in here are gonna love it. The Spurs simps are gonna be like, "Oh, it's the best shoe ever. I love it, Wemby." No,
How much are those shoes going for?
Probably like $400,
$400, dude. Okay, and I might offend the same people who I said don't wear a Spurs jersey to our party. Who's spending $400 on shoes?
I don't know, dude. They're gonna be sold out, so you're gonna have to buy them on the open market somewhere. But they're ugly shoes, dude. I ain't spending that. They're all foam.
The Spurs were considering reportedly trading Sochan for Jose Alvarado.
I would have
Plays for
taken
the
that.
Pelicans. Alvarado's already on the move. He's going to the Knicks. So the 2 of the 3 players that were potential targets for him have been traded. Phoenix, they say, according to Bobby Marks, is $2.2 million now because of the trades that the Suns have done. They're now below the tax and have a room to sign another player. Interesting.
They said Jeff Garcia is wearing them already. No, but dude, he can't afford those shoes, dude. They're expensive, man.
Oh, dude, if he can afford that French steak on a Tuesday night, he can afford those shoes.
He can't even do his car repair, man.
Oh, come on.
Getting his tires swiped, bro.
Well,
Park it in the garage, dog. Come on.
Here's the thing, man. It's always good to have somebody in your life that's a mechanic.
I guess, man. My mechanics, I just take it to Firestone or Midas.
No,
I don't know anybody that works on. I do know one person.
Chica's brother's a mechanic, and it's like, oh, he's like, I'll just bring it over to me.
Yeah, I know one guy that does it, but it's like I need the help all the time. Like maybe if I need something simple done, like change my headlights out, which I do need on the Caddy. I want to go ahead and put new headlights on there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just probably have him help me do that, but it's about it. But there was rumors, Mike, that our good friend here, your friend too, Jeff Garcia, came out on the Mike Taylor show in the building.
Oh, really?
And he was on camera again.
Oh my goodness. We never got the camera.
Never got. We're not big time. He big timed us, dude. Flat out big timed us.
Oh my goodness, Joe. Dude, are you scared of AI? Because I am kind of.
I don't know, man. It's here. You see it all over Facebook now. Everybody doing the caricature of themselves and putting it out there. It's here, man, whether you like it or not. And I think it's just a lazy way of making content. Because you see people using it for videos and people, using AI to, make pictures and whatnot and put it out there, and it's getting all this run. It's here to stay. It ain't going nowhere.
I'll give you an example. I had a client meeting yesterday where I sat there with a notebook
Yeah.
and I took notes, right? Just writing down what's going on,
Yeah.
right? I have a coworker of mine who uses a software that when he has a meeting with a client, it listens to the conversation and then gives him notes based on the conversation.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so you didn't jot anything down? Nah, man, AI took care of it. It took care of all the notes. It listened to the conversation.
Yeah.
That's some scary ass crap, dude.
And Carolina was doing that with me the other day. Me and her have some interesting conversations, dude. We're going back and forth because she was texting me stuff and she was like, I'm going to ask AI this. And then she was sending me the responses back and stuff. That was like a couple of weeks ago. It was pretty funny, though, the responses that we got back.
Yeah. There was a number one song on the country music charts a couple of months ago called Walk My Walk.
Yeah.
And people didn't realize that it was AI. That it was a hit song. And I listened to that song.
Yeah.
It sounds no different than the hillbillies that sing country music these days.
It was a good song, Loki, because I did this the other time when Ariel, Sean's daughter, had her gender reveal for the baby. I was there hanging out with Sean, Alex, Jen, and, Sean's wife and everything. And Sean's wife was listening to country or whatever. And I gave her a recommendation. I said, hey, man, I just found this song the other day, just scouring YouTube. So it's Michael Jackson, right? Billie Jean, but done in a dark country style.
Oh, I've seen some of those.
And I played it. I said, you should check it out. It's really good. It's done by AI and all that, And she played. She said, hey, this is pretty good. And Sean's like, hey, man, I heard that song. It is pretty good. And I'm like, dude, and it's all AI, driven, but it was a really good song. Like, it's a really good remix.
Now,
of the Billie Jean song.
would you care if radio stations were playing AI generated songs?
I mean, isn't that what's going to be happening here in the foreseeable future?
I mean, but do you want that though?
It takes away from the talent, because now it's just, you don't even need the talent to do anything. All it is now is going in there and doing the prompt. You just have to learn how to use the prompts with Chat GPT and all that. So is that really talent at that point? If you're just having a computer do everything for you? No. Like, there are going to be any musicians nowadays, you're going to have to learn how to play guitar, drums, anything, like there's an art to it, like even people that do producing, right? Like the producers are the ones that put together the music, right? The musicians play the music, but it's the producers that will go ahead and get all that, put the backing tracks, give it the polish and shine, and then it's ready for everybody to listen on Spotify and whatnot. You have to have all these pieces work together just to listen to a song. And now it's just Chat GPT. Some guy like you, Mike, goes in there and says, you know what I want to listen to? I want to listen to the Michael Jackson, Billie Jean song, but I also want to put dark country. Let me do the prompt. And then it spits it out and you're like, hey, Mira, it's pretty good.
Mira, the yacht rock version of Billie Jean was pretty good.
Yeah.
Mario Cavas says Milli Vanilli was the original AI. Blame it on the rain.
And look at Sam Salinas says, saw that one, Joe. It was pretty good. That's what I'm saying, man. That song was a banger. I was like, man, I don't know, man. I think AI is going to wind up taking over a lot of things, here. Just like we're taking over, right? And people that do what we do, podcasting, live streaming, that's taking over now. That's the media that people are ingesting and going to now. Not so much radio. Right. Not so much television anymore. Now they're ingesting their content via podcast.
We have someone over here saying the area so 210 is an AI song, right? I thought it was Sam Salinas.
Well, that's a mixture of some things. So what I did is I wrote the lyrics for it. Then I went ahead and did some backing tracks for it as far as like mixing some stuff. And then I used a little bit of AI and you put it all together and there you go.
Okay.
So
But
it
you
has
wrote-
a human
you-
element
you-
to it.
You wrote the lyrics, Joe.
Yeah, sure did.
Someone says there's even AI podcasts taking over. Well, first of all, there will never be a podcast that says "Ole, ole, ole, ole."
Stupid.
Stupid.
Look, Mike, there's my proof. I did write these lyrics. See, they're all there.
Oh my goodness.
I had to write them out in order for a song to be created from that, you know? So I had to put some thought into it, you know? And everybody's like, that song sucks. You should do something more hardcore with rock and all that. I'm like, are y'all going to go ahead and write the music? What are you going to do? You know? It's not as easy as people think. They said El Grito is AI. No, the Grito isn't AI. It's actually a person doing it. You know?
Yeah.
That's not AI.
That's-
Now, the Sitco guy is not AI. The Sitco guy is just like a video of the old man doing the grito, and you just take out the background and you just put him in front of another background, which is the Sitco. That's it.
the Sitco guy.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do one last check to see around if there have been any more trades going on. Let us see,
Yeah.
Joe. Everyone's giving crap to Sham Charania. They miss Woj.
Woj is probably doing better things. He doesn't want to have that, 4 or 5 phones at the same time. And it was a lot of stress. He's probably in a better place, man.
He's the GM of St. Bonaventure's men's basketball program. Well, we've got 2 hours and 20 minutes till the NBA trade deadline. We'll see what happens to Sochan and Kelly Olynyk. I'll make the prediction that one gets moved. One of them gets moved, and then the other
Yeah.
one gets bought out. They've been both told to get their shine box. Joe, it's been fun.
Yeah.
We'll be back tomorrow. Talk about the Spurs again tomorrow. We'll start previewing even more, go over the prop bets for the Super Bowl 60, which is coming up this Sunday.
Yeah.
We'll give our hard rock lock on it all.
Hard rock lock. I like that.
And whether or not we're going to put some money on that. I owe you $20, man.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do the double or nothing. It reminds me of, we talked about Superstore. Remember when
Yeah.
Mateo and Jonah start betting against each other?
Yeah.
Jonah has a gambling habit.
Yeah.
He's trying to help Mateo out by like flipping coins and like heads or tails for $20. He goes double or nothing, double or nothing, double or nothing. And he kept on losing. I don't know why I thought about that. I'm gonna be doing double or
God,
nothing
man.
until it gets to be like $800, and then I have to pay up.
They said Sitco guy for the trade deadline. I guess they want to see the Sitco guy. We'll put the Sitco guy on there for
Let's
you
do
guys.
Oh, me pegan toda la pura verga. Me tapan a la verga. Mira.
He's excited. Well, I'm gonna head over to my office over at 410 in Blanco. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna head over to the office over there. Gonna go work there for a few hours. I got client meetings like crazy tomorrow. But if you want to become one of my clients, give me a call. 210-508-0369. 210-508-0369 for anything involving investments, insurances, whatever the case may be. 210-508-0369. Got to work on a retirement plan for a longtime client of mine today. Got to work on some insurance planning as well. But that's my number, 210-508-0369. You have that old 401k. You have that IRA from that advisor that you don't listen to or don't talk to or don't care about, whatever the case may be. Give me a call, 210-508-0369. Will Sochan become a Spur? Still stay a Spur by tomorrow? Will he be a Shanghai Shark? As Sam Salinas mentions, we'll find out. We'll be back tomorrow.
Yep. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay brutal. Peace.